Hey YouTube, this is Nashtaters. Welcome back to another episode of War of Divisions. Today we continue our reviewing series and we're going to be doing another SR unit. She's in front of you already. Her name is Sosha. Sosha is an SR unit that is of the wind element. She has 3 jobs: Dragoon, Warrior, and Ranger. Let's get started by looking at her stats. When looking at Sosha's stats, there are a few stats that really stands out. First and foremost is going to be jump. She has 4, which is the highest in the game. She can climb pretty much anywhere. And it also happens to be a trait of the Dragoon class. Next thing is her dexterity. She has quite high dexterity at 152. Her speed isn't so impressive. Her attack is okay, perhaps just mediocre. Now, when you do activate some of her abilities from the board, you can add more attack, you can add more hit points, and you add more dexterity. Another crucial stat to look at would be her critical rate also increases by 12. Her mass ability increases her pierce attack by 15 and increases her dexterity by a whopping 40%. Her Trustmaster reward is the Dragon Boots. It is an accessory. It adds 68 hit points, 11 defense, and a whopping 11 accuracy. She is strong to slashing attacks, also strong to projectile attacks. However, she is quite weak to magic and strikes. Now, she is actually quite strong, actually very strong, to blind, and somewhat strong to charming, and she tends to get confused quite easily. Her first and main job is her Dragoon. She has heavy reliance on jump abilities, which actually they do piercing attacks. So here are the recommended skills, and they're going to be mostly jumping attacks. Her second job is the Warrior. I'm actually not quite a fan of this. The only thing I recommend getting from the Warrior classes would be the attack level 1 up. Everything else seems a bit weak. And personally, I will probably never recommend building your Sosha with the Warrior job. The last class for Sosha is Ranger class. Now, because of her high jump ability, she can climb to high elevation, therefore setting herself up for dealing damage from a distance. The fact that she has Sharpshoot, which guarantees a hit, and a chance to evade attacks gives her high survivability, even if an enemy manages to get into melee range against her. Now, Ranger's lore will increase her range +1 further and give her more accuracy. Overall, a very solid class to use her for. Lastly, let's talk about her builds. Building wise, I will highly recommend using Ranger lore and attack level 1, because this will increase her attack and accuracy. If you choose not to use her as a Ranger, at least the accuracy from the Ranger's lore is going to be a very good supplement. Now, for passive abilities, Lancet is really good because you can counterattack, and if you're equipping the weapon with status ailments, it can potentially trigger as well. And on top of it, healing herself for a tiny bit. Reflex, as always, is one of the better skills as well because you can completely nullify an attack. For vision cards, there are 3 cards that I highly recommend. The first one is going to be Ochu, which increases her attack for individual purposes and overall party of piercing attack as well. Another card you can use would be Dashing Over the Snowy Field. It is a UR card that increases piercing attack for the party. The last card I recommend would be Odin. It bestows Man-Eater and has one of the higher attacks in terms of stats from the actual vision card. For Espers, I actually recommend using the Bomb. It has attack up, pierce attack, and Man-Eater. Now, if you want to have the higher versions of the bomb, which would be Ifrit, it does give a lots of piercing attack as well. Other considerations you may use that I do not currently own would be, of course, Odin himself, and another card that will be coming out on Global later on, the Titan. Both of those will give you high amounts of attack as well. For equipment, I will recommend supplementing her with high attack, high agility items because she already has high amount accuracy. Now, for my final thought. I think Sosha is a solid 7 out of 10. She does lack a little bit of damage, a little bit of slow, but her mobility more than makes up for that. She's one of those units that you can easily get to enemy backlines and start tearing the supporting units up of your enemy team. And on top of it, if you're using her ranger class, she can set herself up high in the elevated areas and just kind of snipe away at enemy units. Alright, I think that's all the time I have for this video. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you're enjoying the SR review series. I will continue to do more SR unit reviews. If there's someone specific you folks are looking for, please put that in the comments section below. If not, I will continue my own personal timeline on the units that I want to review. As always, take care of yourself and all your loved ones. Wolfpack out.